Thank you guys so much for joining us for our Show Outside program. This is our program that we're collaborating with ASU and Show, which they can kind of just introduce themselves a little bit again and just what Show is briefly. And then they're going to play Grand Canyon Jeopardy with us. So go ahead, take it away.
So I'll explain a little bit about what Show is. It's like Sarah said, a program where we're combining with you guys, Daring Adventures, and ASU. And we're basically just doing different activities and different games and things once a week to kind of keep everybody active, keep everybody wanting to be outside, and hopefully we can actually be outside here soon. So I'm Jessica.
I'm Adrian.
Hello.
I'm Priscilla.
I'm Mohammed.
All right, so
Daniel.
So we will get started. Adrian's actually going to explain a little bit about what we're going to do before we screen share. Yeah, that way if we have any questions, then we can see you guys raising your hands and stuff before.
All right, guys. So as Sarah said, we are going to be playing Grand Canyon Jeopardy today. So what that kind of is we'll be doing, we're going to share our screen and we're going to have numbers up on the screen. Those are worth a number of points and they're going to have a question on them. So we're going to kind of ask you that question, see if you have any, know any trivia or knowledge about the Grand Canyon and its hikes, kind of history. And we're going to be put into, let's see how many participants we have today.
Hello.
6. So we could do 2 teams if we wanted, or we can just be one big team. However you guys want to do that. But we're going to ask you guys questions, see your knowledge, and then in the chat, you're going to put an X, or if you know the answer, just say it out loud. And we're going to call on you, and then you're going to give us the answer. And then we'll provide some fun facts and maybe some videos as well to kind of learn more about the Grand Canyon at one of our national parks here at the United States, and here in Arizona, actually.
Cool. My favorite place to camp.
All right.
Awesome. Go ahead, Mohammed. I gave you permission.
All right. So does anyone want, oh, excuse me. So it says here, we're gonna do teams. So there's 6 people. Did you guys also, Priscilla, Mohammed, and Jess want to join a team as well? It'll be like the 2 of us on each team.
Yeah, go 2 teams.
Yeah. 2 teams, and then just really quick, just kind of pull it up. Excuse me.
We'll have like 4 teams total.
2 teams total, yeah.
Are we going to have a speaker for the team?
Yes.
How are we supposed to communicate with our team members?
That is a good question. Didn't know about that.
We could all use sign language.
Because
No,
we could
actually-
do this as just one team and then take points down for people that get the answers right.
Yeah, we'll do it. But yeah, actually, you know, if you guys want to teach me sign language, I've been wanting to learn so bad. I only know like the colors so far, which I feel is
Okay.
pretty good.
That's a good
So,
start.
it's a good start.
Learn
And
the food
more-
first.
The food first? All right,
Yep.
I'll keep that note down. All right, so we want big team, and then we'll just keep track of points. I'll have Priscilla and I kind of do that. Alrighty, so we're gonna start off with historical for 100 points. All right, guys? So what was the original name of the Grand Canyon? Was it A, the Big Canyon, B, El Grande, or C, the little one?
It's
just
the
go ahead.
A
Raise your
one.
hand if you know.
Big Canyon.
All right, so we have a couple people putting El Grande and a couple people putting A for the Big Canyon. And it was the Big Canyon.
Yay.
You got it right.
So-
Let me get him paper for that.
So, a little bit about that. In 1871, Powell first used the term Grand Canyon. Because, it had previously been called that, but now we call it as the Grand Canyon. So that it first became the Grand Canyon in 1871, guys. All right.
Why don't we have Sarah, why don't you go ahead and pick one?
Okay. I'm gonna pick one for 200.
Which one?
That one right there.
Did you want to do the animals and plants, geographical, hiking trails, random facts, or historical?
Hiking trails.
Hiking trails for 200. All right. So what are some things that you can do in the Grand Canyon? A, mule trips. B, the Colorado River. C, stargazing. Or D, all of the above.
I'm gonna go with all the above.
All of the above. Let's see. Anybody else? What do we all think?
All of the above.
D. We see a lot of all of the above. All of the above. And it is all of the above.
No, everything, Sarah.
All right, Tim, your turn. Which one do you want to do?
How about animals and plants?
What
That one's fine.
All right. The Grand Canyon is full of dinosaur bones. True or false?
I'll go with true.
False.
What else do you guys think?
False.
Hold on. Joe has to turn the chat on and off, so it's taking him a little time.
No
I would
worries.
say false.
But he's saying true. I want to know the answer to this.
All right, the answer is false. So the Grand Canyon,
Which one I got wrong?
so it is full of fossils, but none of them are dinosaur bones. But that's because the layers of the Grand Canyon were formed long before dinosaurs. So even though the Grand Canyon itself, like the canyon that goes through the dirt, was formed afterwards from the Colorado River, the actual layers of dirt were formed before the dinosaurs were in the ground.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Hey, I just remembered something, but that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
What did you remember, Sarah?
That there are Precambrian fossils.
Let's see someone else to pick. Why don't you pick, Nora? Could you pick us one? We got historical, animal plants, geographical, hiking trails, and random facts. Which one do you want? Which category?
Geographical.
Okay, you have 100 through 500. Which one do you want?
100.
All right, guys.
The top or the bottom?
The top of the or on the bottom of the Grand Canyon. Where do you guys
on
think
the bottom.
the top or the bottom?
All right.
Nora, what do you think? The top or the bottom?
I didn't hear the question.
The bottom?
I think it is.
The question is it colder at the top or the bottom of the Grand Canyon?
Okay.
Colder on the top.
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 Anyone else?
Bottom. Bottom.
All right.
Hold on, I lost the chat feature.
Well, you can say if you want to.
Oh, bottom.
Bottom. Okay. Let's see.
Colder at the top.
Colder on the top.
All right. And it's actually.
Hey!
Does anyone know why it's colder at the top?
No.
Higher
Tim, did you
elevation.
say you knew?
I actually wish I would have said tap. I actually went to Havasu Pie, so yeah.
Higher elevation.
Yeah.
Yes. So temperatures usually vary from 20 degrees Fahrenheit at the top and the bottom. So like the summers, in the summer, temperatures usually go above 100 degrees at the bottom of the canyon.
Yep.
Right. And then Daniel, did you want to pick the next one for us?
Let's go hiking trails for 300.
All right. So it takes 4 to 6 hours to hike the river inside of the canyon. So it'll be the river that is at the bottom of the canyon. Is that true or false?
I'm gonna go with
True.
true, but only if you are in decent shape and are able to ambulate.
Are you talking the whole river? Are you talking the whole river within the canyon?
Yes, the whole river within the canyon. It would
I would
take
say
4
no.
to 6 hours.
Oh, river. I thought
Oh,
you
the
said
river.
to hike down.
No, just the river.
Are you saying down or across?
Hiking down to the river.
No. Longer than that.
Someone has.
Happy stop.
It's
True.
good.
It is true.
Hear that?
We're fixing it.
Oh, okay, got it. I thought it was just me.
Feels like a fax machine in my headphones.
Who's got?
There we
So
go.
It has two
I got
devices.
it.
All right. So it is true. It takes about between 4 and 6 hours to hike inside to the river inside the canyon. So that's down to the river. So
Yeah, because I know there are some people that can do it really fast.
If you're like Daniel was saying, like if you're really well versed in hiking and very fit, you can probably do it in less than 4 hours. But the average
about a
person,
year.
it takes about 4 to 6 hours.
If you're Terry Gerber.
And then a little fun fact on that. So there's actually 2 sides you can go hiking. So sorry. I don't know what I did. But there's 2 sides you can go hiking on. There's the North Rim and the South Rim. So the North Rim has the shortest season, and it's harder to get to because it's more wild and secluded. So there are things that you kind of have to plan ahead to hiking there. So the North Rim facility for lodging and the hiking and stuff like that. is open between 10 and October.
Buddy, I'm going to have to move you. Alrighty, I think we're good.
I turned off my video.
Now we are good. Sweet. Awesome. Let's go to the next question.
All right, Joe, which question do you want to do?
Hold on, I'm getting a point. Which one?
All right.
Which one do you want to do? Animals, plants, 100.
All right. All right, Joe, what is the most dangerous animal in the Grand Canyon? The Gila monster, the rock squirrel, or the bighorn sheep?
Gila monster. It is B.
Sorry, what was the question again?
What is the most dangerous animal in the Grand Canyon? A Gila monster, a rock squirrel, or a bighorn sheep?
That's a V. There's no V. A, B, or C. Oh, he meant to hit C.
Ah, C. All right. All right. So does everybody know what a Gila monster is first? A Gila monster is like a giant lizard.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh, Gila monster's a giant lizard.
Yes. And then a rock squirrel.
It's a
just like
lizard.
that you would see in the trees. And then a bighorn sheep is a super big sheep. And they have like the big horns that do like the circles on their heads. Those are what the bighorn sheep are. So let's see what the answer is, and then we're going to show you guys a little bit of one of the animals. It is a squirrel. A rock squirrel is more dangerous than a giant lizard or big sheep. And the reason is because people don't think that they're dangerous, and so they like go and try to play with them, and then people get bit all the time. So we're going to show you guys what a rock squirrel looks like.
Okay, now I understand.
See, it looks so cute, and then people try to feed it and things, and then they get bit, and that's why they're super dangerous.
I know a lot of my friends have been.
That
And
looks like
had these.
that looks like what I was doing at the rim last time. I have a photo just like that.
Ah.
I wonder if they're like, I guess they're probably kind of friendly then.
No, they're not.
Like,
That's
bite-
why.
they'll bite you, but like they're friendly as in like they're not scared of you. You know what I mean? Like they'll come up to you and just snatch it.
Yeah. So that is the rock squirrel, guys. So now you know the rock squirrel is more dangerous than any other animal in the Grand Canyon.
Aren't there mountain lions, cougars?
Are.
Yes. So after
Yes, but I would say probably the amount of people that get bitten by these squirrels is probably a lot less statistically those that get hurt by all the animals that are down under and really roaming through.
Okay.
a lot of people like to feed the squirrels because they think they're so cute and they're so friendly.
Okay, I
But
see.
then they turn on you. That's how they get you. They use the cuteness.
Gets you every time.
Mm-hmm. All right. And then Caleb, did you want to choose the next question? So we have historical, animals and plants,
What's
geography,
the historical 500?
historical 500. All right.
Big or go home is what we're going for here.
I know. So how long have the Native Americans lived in the Grand Canyon? Was it A, 500 years, B, 1 million years, or C, 12,000 years? How long have the Native Americans lived at the Grand Canyon?
C.
1 million or 12,000?
It is
So,
12,000.
I see a lot of C's.
12,000. The answer.
All right. I think I have a group consensus. It's unanimous. Everyone says 12,000. So, Muhammad, that is correct.
12,000.
12,000 years.
Good guys.
Good job, guys. So there's a lot of evidence that shows that they have been there for over about 12,000 years. They've been there since the master
come on.
mammoth and even the saber-toothed tigers. They would hunt with spears and everything.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. There we go. Okay.
We're gonna go on to the next question. So,
Okay.
Debbie, have you chosen a question yet today?
No. So let's do hiking trails for 500.
500, another bigger go home. So, can you hike the North Rim all year long?
No.
It's gonna be yes. or no.
Yes. No.
Closed, I think, from.
No.
All right.
Who said yes?
Who said yes?
Say it.
It's me.
Say your name.
Julie and Sammy.
Julie and Sam.
Hi there.
Guys.
Yeah.
All right. let's go.
Hi. You guys are good now. I don't know why your audio is giving me that then.
I'm gonna help out the trash cans.
Oh,
Hi. How are you? He's doing a Zoom.
So what's the answer?
Oh, the answer is no, because it gets too cold.
Yeah. Yay.
Well, I mean, they're not.
I think it closes in October and opens in April or May or something in May.
That is
Does
true.
anyone remember the last time we during adventures went up to the North Rim? Maybe not the last time, the one before it, where it was like 70 degrees.
I remember.
I
remember the.
September 7th of 2019.
What?
Yeah.
The date and everything. Wow. Look what you
I
said.
remember the trip with Brenna when it was 23 degrees.
Wow. All right, we're gonna move on to the next question. Jasmine? Melody, Hanson, what were your guys' names again? Remind me.
What was the question?
You guys are gonna pick the next question. So pick from one of the categories and then a number.
Animal plants. 40. Animal plants for 400.
All right. How many species of animals are in the Grand Canyon? 100, 500, or 75?
100.
100. Anybody see anything different?
I think it's
100.
All right, let's see what we got. The answer is 75. 75. And of those 75, there are 50 species of reptiles and amphibians. So that means that there's 50 different types of lizards and snakes and frogs all inside the Grand Canyon. So if you like lizards and snakes and frogs, that's kind of a place for you to go find them. There's also scorpions. Have you guys ever seen scorpions and rattlesnakes?
I go outside with a black light.
Yes. We also have a video for you guys of rattlesnakes. So this is one type of reptile that is in the Grand Canyon. It's a pink rattlesnake.
A very rare rattlesnake coiled up. It's Grand Canyon pink, and they're only found here in the Grand Canyon. And I don't really want to get him upset or step on him tonight.
See how big that thing is, guys? It's huge.
Whoa. Blah. See, I tell you so. No snakes. Whose tent is
That's
that?
a rattlesnake.
This is just one type of rattlesnake. There are 49 other types of snakes in the Grand Canyon, or reptiles. So lizards.
Your mom went away for that.
Yes. All right, I think we're back at the top. Sarah, it's your turn.
Okay.
Back to the categories here.
Yeah, I just need to see the categories here. Let's see here. I am gonna do another hiking trail for 400.
All right.
Okay.
Which pieces of equipment do you need to go hiking in the canyon? A map, water, a little portable
and water.
or all of the above?
All of the above.
All of the above.
I'm gonna go with all of the above.
Let's see.
Baby.
Hopefully I'm right. Hopefully we're right.
All right, let's see what we got. I think we got almost everybody saying all of the above.
All of the above.
You guys are a pretty smart group. I'm gonna just say it.
Oh yes, yes.
All right. Who's up? Tim, I think you're up.
Hold on. I don't know. I'll take random facts 500.
All right, that's a go on. The North Rim and South Rim have different climates.
North Rim
True
and
or
South
false?
Rim. Is it true or false?
True.
True.
What do you think?
Okay, before we hear the answer, do you
True.
want to see which type of climates there are? How are they different? Do you know?
True, it's true, it's true.
I've experienced them. I know.
Yeah.
too.
All right.
But sure.
Me too. It's very
Well,
cold
let's
on the
see.
north. Yeah.
Who will?
different from the climate? What is different from the climates?
Last time I think I was on the south. I was in a gully and had a monsoon. I'm never gonna forget that.
Really?
And the other side, what I remember, was warmer. I think that was the north. A huge, vast difference.
Yeah, so
And
the winter conditions on the south rim can be super, super crazy, like icy roads, snowy, and lots of closures. Whereas the north side, even though it's cooler most of the year, it's less crazy winter.
yeah.
Right, who's next on the list? Joe, would you like to choose the next question? So we have historical, animals, geographical, hiking trails, and random facts for 200.
200 historical. Did you guys hear that okay? Okay, gotcha.
How long ago was the Grand Canyon carved? Was it 6 years ago? Was it 6 million years ago? Or 1 billion years ago?
I think 1 billion years ago.
1 billion.
6 million.
Or you guys have different answers.
We have a lot of 6 million years ago, 1 billion years ago. 1 billion years ago. All right.
Yep.
Mohammed, let's see what that is. 6 million years ago. But it was carved over some 6 million years ago. And it's one of the most studied landscapes in the world. So that's how we know about all of the animals and fossils that are there.
All right, Nora, it's your turn. Which
Okay.
category do you want? Historical, animal plants, geographical, hiking, or random facts?
The first one, I can't remember.
Historical?
Yeah, please.
Do you want it for 300 or 400?
I'll take 400, please.
All right, let's see. All right, so the question is, in what year was the canyon first discovered? Is it 1540? Is it 1000?
1540.
Or is it 1800?
I think 1800.
1540.
Anyone else?
1800.
Hey, you.
By 15.
All right. And the answer is 1540.
Woohoo!
Good job. I did it, Mom.
Yeah.
So a little bit of background on that one. So in September of 1540, the first Europeans reached the Grand Canyon. It was a group of 13 Spanish soldiers led by Garcia Lopez de Cardenas. He was dispatched from the army of Francisco Vasquez de Coronado. And they were on the quest to find the 7 cities of gold, actually. So they didn't even mean to, they kind of just found it. And my screen is a little jumbled here, but I believe that the next person was Daniel. So Daniel, which one did you want to do?
Let's do geographical for 200.
All right. The Grand Canyon is as big as which state? Rhode Island, Arizona, or Maine?
Arizona.
So
Arizona.
the Grand Canyon
think
is big as
Maine.
which of these states here? Maine, Arizona, or Rhode Island?
Maybe Rhode Island. Rhode Island.
Oh, woman.
All right. So I see a lot of different answers. A lot of people said Rhode Island. Some people said Maine. And then we have a couple of people that are saying Arizona. Well, Mohammed, it is actually as big as Arizona.
That's a typo. That's a typo. It's as big as Rhode Island. That's a typo.
Biggest Rhode Island. April Fools, we were just keeping you on your toes. So the Grand Canyon is bigger than the state of Rhode Island. It is 277 miles long and it is 18 miles wide. So it doesn't include the entire canyon. The whole canyon is about 1,904 square miles in total, while Rhode Island is only 1,212 square miles in total. And then Joe, which question would you like to do?
Okay, hold on. 300 for which one? I think Joe's gotten them all right. Yep, geographical. Yes.
Alrighty, true or false? The Grand Canyon is the least visited tourist attraction.
I think false.
No.
I was gonna say false.
False.
All right, a lot of false. I've heard false from everybody.
Oh.
And alrighty, and Mohammed, it is false.
Good job.
Thank you.
That's correct. It is actually one of the most visited things in the United States, actually. Fun fact.
Debbie, were you next?
Okay, random facts for 400.
All right, the Grand Canyon is the deepest canyon in the world. True or false?
If you were at our other trivia night, you would know the answer to this.
Uh-oh.
I know it's like a mile deep.
I'm saying true.
I'd say true.
What do you say, Sam?
All right, what does everybody else think?
True.
All right, so Tim says false.
Sammy says false.
I say true.
All right, Mohammed, let's see what it is. So we're split 50-50 here. False.
Oh.
The deepest canyon in the world is the Cotahuasi Canyon.
Oh dear.
Has anybody hiked down to the Grand Canyon, like to the bottom of the Grand Canyon?
Nope.
Nope.
I've hiked down Bright Angel halfway on a daring adventures trip, but that's about as far.
You've been down.
Nice.
The only way I'd be getting down there is on a safari chair.
Yeah. They've also got like mules to get down there, so you could like sit on a donkey and you can go down that way. They also have helicopters. You could fly a helicopter down into the
Yeah,
canyon.
how would I get my wheelchair down there?
They take the wheelchair.
Helicopter could take your wheelchair.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I've done Havasupai, which is fun.
That is a good one. That is a good one. I've done that one before. That one's beautiful.
I've done the rim to
I
rim.
was gonna
So.
do that one, but they
Ah.
definitely canceled my thing due to COVID. So I'm waiting. I'm on a waiting list for 2022.
Ooh, nice. My
Oh, do
roommate's
what?
done the rim to rim, Debbie.
Yeah, I had
Done it
2
a couple
tickets
times.
to Havasupai, and they canceled my thing because of COVID. So they're
Oh.
basically rescheduling you out for like 2022 at this
Oh.
Sarah, is this going to be your first time?
It would have been my first time, and it's going to. I eventually will make it down there for sure.
Take a deep breath when you go down Mooney Falls.
Okay, I will. Alrighty, who's next? Is it Nora? Have you gone again?
Yeah, twice.
You've gone twice?
Twice, uh-huh.
Okay, what about you, Caleb?
What is it?
So would you like to choose historical, animals, geographical, hiking trails, or random facts?
Animals.
Okay,
And
would you like
plants.
500? All right, let's do animals and plants for 500. How many species of rattlesnakes are there in the canyon, in the Grand Canyon?
20.
49. I think you just said that. 45 or something.
Those were reptiles.
Oh, okay. Oh.
I think
Those would just be the species of rattlesnakes.
I go with 6. Yeah.
Right now I have Joe and Dan leading the way.
Come on, guys, we gotta get one right. Yeah. What do you think? 6, 15, or 20?
20.
Following by Sarah.
Yeah.
And then Deb.
How many, did you already answer this one, Joe? Oh, he said C. How many species of rattlesnakes are there in the Grand Canyon? Okay,
Say 15.
All right, let's see what the answer is. So the answer is 6.
6.
Does anybody remember what rattlesnake that was in the video? What it was called?
Pink.
Pink one.
The pink rattlesnake.
I brushed up on my trivia before we started. That's why I remember some of these.
Cheater.
Didn't say anything in the rules.
Who's turn is it?
Julie, what about you? Why don't you go?
Yes, talk to her.
Okay. How about animals, plants for 300?
Okay, so the question is, what are the animals in the Grand Canyon?
You can't even get this one wrong because we've said 2 of them today. And we've seen so many.
What do we got?
Snakes.
What else?
Oh, squirrel.
Good.
Bighorn sheep.
And I.
Lizards. Good job. That's right.
I think it's snake.
Squirrel.
What do
And
we see walking through our
lost
camp?
squirrels. Sheep and snake.
Good job, Caleb.
All right,
Yeah.
and the answer is
So just any 3.
Any 3.
Got it, Mom.
Yeah, there's a lot of animals down there.
Meerkats too.
Mm-hmm. Coyotes, foxes, and bats, and mountain lions.
Bats. No bats. Mom got you.
Alrighty, and then we're back at the top with Sarah. So Sarah, which one did you want to do?
Okay.
Historical.
Well, let's see. I guess geographical for 400.
Alrighty. How many caves are there in the Grand Canyon?
Wow. I didn't even know there was any caves.
Are there choices?
Yes, the choices are A, 200, B, 500, and C, 1,000. So how many caves are there at the Grand Canyon? 200, 500, or 1,000?
I say 200.
100. 1,000.
Alrighty. I see Melody says 200 is Julie, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Julie,
Oh,
it's me. It's me.
Debbie says 200.
getting good at this name stuff. Tim says C for 1,000. And Sarah says B. All right. So the answer is 1,000.
Wow.
Okay, you could have got me on that one.
There is actually 1,000 hidden caves all over the Grand Canyon, and only 335 have been recorded. But there's an estimated of 1,000 out there waiting to be discovered and explored.
Look at those caves.
Wow.
And there's even one open to the public, the Cave of the Domes of the on Horseshoe Mesa.
Oh, wow, cool. Wow. Yeah, this one. Yeah.
So they're now having to climb up all of these rope ladders into this cave. And there's a bunch of different ladders. I'm guessing Mooney's Falls is something like this, and the Falls of Havasu are
No.
somewhat like this, or no?
That's luxury compared to Mooney Falls.
Luxury? Okay. So these are like made out of wooden and rope, and they have knots everywhere, and they're kind of like propelling themselves upwards. And they have like a rope that was like rappelled down to them. And they have to like actually climb into the cave. And there's water all over to the ground of the cave.
All right.
All right, guys, we're almost there. I think we are back at Tim.
I'll do random facts for 300.
All right, how deep is the canyon at its deepest point? 1 million feet, 500 feet, 8,000 feet.
Debbie, 8,000.
8,000.
How many feet in a mile?
8,000.
5,000.
5,000.
Your one that's 5,000?
No, 500.
So what is it? I don't know.
Choices are 1 million, 500, 8,000.
I think it's C.
All right, let's see what the answer is here. We've got a differentiation between 500 and 8,000.
Good job.
8,000 feet.
You got it,
So
Julie.
there's two different spots on the Grand Canyon that are pretty deep. On the south rim, it's 6,000 feet, and at the north rim, it's 8,000 feet. The reason is because the north rim is just higher up in elevation. So because it's higher up in elevation, it makes it deeper.
That's right.
Dan, you're killing the game. And then we got Sarah. She's moving her way up.
Okay, so how many more do we have left?
There's
We
5
got
more
1,
questions
2,
left.
yep, 5 more questions.
Okay.
And Stan,
I guess I'll do geographical for 500.
Oh, my.
alrighty guys. So which president was instrumental in the conservation of the Grand Canyon? Was it George Washington, Teddy Roosevelt, or Barack Obama?
Teddy.
So which
Teddy
president was
Roosevelt.
big on protecting the Grand Canyon?
B.
Teddy.
B. 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 B.
It sounds like the overwhelming consensus is
B. So, Mohammed, what was that answer? And it is B, Teddy Roosevelt.
Yes, it is.
Conservation Corps.
He's my favorite guy.
So, he was really big on protecting the Grand Canyon when he first visited it in 1903.
Whoa.
Yeah, he was just so moved and like in awe by the beauty of the landscape that he signed a bill in 1906 to make the area, the Grand Canyon, a game reserve, and 2 years later it became a national monument. So Teddy Roosevelt pretty much made the Grand Canyon what it is today, so popular, making sure that it stays that way.
Yeah.
May I share a Teddy Roosevelt story? It's very short.
Absolutely.
Okay, I heard this in Santa Cruz, California. He also loved the redwoods. And one time he visited, I don't know which forest, and he lay down somewhere to take a nap. And they couldn't find him until they listened for his snoring.
That's awesome.
I wonder if it was in Sequoia.
That's a good one.
I also want to share with the group my joke.
Go for it.
Not during the game.
No, go ahead. We love jokes. We're here to learn from each other.
All right, Julie wants to tell the joke.
Okay. What is a cloud's favorite piece of clothing?
What is a cloud's favorite piece of clothing?
A rainbow.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Oh, so cute.
I'm gonna have to remember that so I can use it for camping trips.
That's good. Until it's my mom. Ready? And then next, I think it was Nora. So Nora, did you want to do historical, hiking trails, or random facts?
Random facts, please.
All right. Did you want to do it for 100 or 200 points?
200, please.
200. You sounds good. Alrighty. So what is the name of the town that is inside the Grand Canyon?
Arizona.
Phantom Ranch.
Were the choices?
So we don't have choices.
There is no
Oh, okay.
choices. They're making us hard on us.
Mhm.
Okay.
Nora said it.
Getting
It's
down
only
to
a
the wire.
200.
Well, I know it's Phantom Ranch, but I don't know if that's the town name.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Phantom
There
Ranch.
are Native Americans that are down there. I forget what part.
Is it Havasupai?
The answer is
Can't remember.
have a soup. Yes. In the
Sarah
canyon,
got it.
Bye.
Good luck, Sarah.
So Phantom Ranch is actually a historic oasis that is also at the bottom of the Grand Canyon, but is not the name of the city.
Yeah.
And the Yanni. Oh, flip. Oh.
Out of the blue, Joe was trying to tap in Havasu, like the lake, and he would have gotten it right. But it's not Havasu pie, but anyway.
Piece of.
All right. And then Dan and the man, which one would you like to do? Historical, hiking trails, or random facts?
Let's do the historical 300.
Historical for 300. All right. This is our last historical, guys. So, which native tribe sees the canyon as a gateway to the afterlife? So is it the Navajo, the Hopi, or Havasupai?
Havasupai, I was in.
Which native tribe sees the canyon, the Grand Canyon, as a gateway to the afterlife?
Havasupai.
Alrighty, I see a lot of people going between the Hopi and the Havasupai. And let's see what the answer is, guys. It is actually the Hopi. Yeah, so the Hopi are the group of the native tribe that sees the Grand Canyon as a way of going into the afterlife. Alrighty, we're down to the last two. We have hiking trails and random facts for 100 points. So, Tim, which one did you want to do?
Hiking trails.
Hiking trails? All right. How many hiking trails are there in the Grand Canyon? How many options do you guys have if you were to go visit?
10.
Is it 10, 500, or
10.
58?
I think,
Uh,
58. I don't know.
I would think 58.
probably wrong, but
Gotta be more than 10.
58.
All right. So how many hiking trails do you guys think there are? 10, 500, or 58?
That's her guess. She's not gonna name you.
These like designated ones or like, you
These
know,
are like-
spin-offs, you know.
These are designated ones. The ones that are
Maybe I should.
yes, ones that are like planned out trails that are safe for everyone to go on.
I would say
Designated trails.
58
Changing my
too, but
answer.
Alrighty, so these are designated trails, ones that are safe and that people can guide you on, or you can go on by yourself.
I'm changing mine too.
All right, so actually I do see a group consensus for the answer C, 58.
What do you think? Quick.
I think it's C.
And it is 58 is the answer. There are 58 hard trails in the Grand Canyon National Park that range from 2.5 miles to 72.6 miles.
Whoa.
They go from 24,000 feet to 8,800 feet above sea level.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
No. Alrighty, and we have the last one. It'll be random facts for 100.
Is this the daily double?
This is the daily double. Is the Grand Canyon the seventh wonder of the world? One of the seventh wonders of the world?
I think it's true.
True or false? Is the Grand Canyon one of the seven
True.
wonders of the world?
True.
Of the natural wonders of the world.
True.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Because there's ancient and all this, but I think it's natural.
All right. I do see everyone here says true. You guys are just teaming up on this one. And the answer is true. It is widely considered one of the seven natural wonders of the world. The canyon was formed millions of years ago, as we learned, by wind erosion, rain, and the Colorado River. And it stretches over 227 miles, and it is about over 10 miles wide.
Awesome. So I was taking tallies, not exactly scores. And I'm going to say the top 3. And I'm not going to tell you where you land in because we all learned, we all grew today. But I have Dan, Sarah, and Joe up at the top for trivia night this week. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't come back to learn more from us and to learn more about our ASU students and our show students really, and to allow them to kind of learn from giving us some great hand-on experience and programs. This will be recorded on our YouTube channel and we'll be able to go on and see it again. Our YouTube channel is Our Everest. You can also find it by searching Daring Adventures. And we will be doing this program every single Monday from 3:30 to 4:30. And now I'm going to allow the students to kind of take it away and talk to you guys about what you guys would like to see more of.
All right, guys. So we really enjoyed this. We hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. I know we learned a lot making it. And so we really hope that you guys learned a lot and you guys had fun learning. That's definitely the best way to learn is by having fun doing things. But so every week we want to try and make it things that are interesting to you guys and things that you guys want to do. So we want to open it up to you guys. What are some things that you guys would like to see in the coming weeks? Like what are different activities or what are different topics you guys want to talk about, learn about, and we'll make them fun. So we'll open it up to you guys.
I would like some astronomy.
All right. That's a good one.
I like very well.
That's cool, Julie.
I saw these rocks in Horizon. They're from the Grand Canyon too.
That's pretty cool, Caleb. That's awesome. Or what are some different activities that you guys are really into? Sports teams. All right, Joe, I expected that one from you. Are some different activities that you guys enjoy? Maybe that even though you can't go do them right now, we can learn more about them. So when you go out there, you're already a pro to do it.
Camping with daring adventures.
Right, camping. All right.
But I camp out.
That way when you go camping, you can teach Sarah things, right?